Johor is the southern gateway into peninsular Malaysia and is linked to Singapore by road and rail. It has a long coastline flanking the Straits of Malacca on its western seaboard and the South China Sea on the east. Its capital city, Johor Bahru, or JB as it is popularly known, is the main administrative centre for the state government and is a bustling commercial hub. This southernmost Malaysian city sits right next to the national boundary between Malaysia and Singapore, where they are connected via the causeway. When you're in Johor Bahru, the capital of the state, take time off to tour the city and shop around. There are some interesting spots, such as the Royal Museum, the Sultan Abu Baker Museum, and also the Dataran Bandaraya, or City Square, that was built in 1994 to commemorate Johor Bahru's declaration as a city. Behind me is the causeway which connects Malaysia to Singapore. I'm currently in Johor Bahru, or JB as it's known to locals. Now, Malaysia's history is very much about bridging cultural divides. So with me, I have a good friend from Iran. Hello, Omid.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine. How are you doing, man?
It's good to see
Cool.
you.
Good to see you too.
So here we are in Johor Bahru.
Yeah.
And the first place I brought you to is this mosque, which is the Sultan Abu Baker Mosque.
Okay.
Now, you must be used to mosques coming from Iran.
Yeah. Well, we do have mosque in our country too, but of course in different shape from the one you can see here.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Shall we take a look inside? I'm sure there are still a lot of places you must show me, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
So this is one of the most arresting sites in JB,
Yeah.
very much because of its different architecture.
Yeah, actually I wanted to ask you about this style. What styles are different from others?
Well, because the guy that built it, Sultan Abu Baker, he was an Anglophile, so he liked all things English. So very much the kind of influences that they have in the architecture, English, Victorian style, Moorish style, a bit of Malay influence there as well. And it also marked the beginning of the modernisation of the Johor state in 1900 when it was built.
Wow.
Sultan Abu Baker was a much respected monarch and is also known as the father of modern Johor. His contribution of this mosque, which is a large mosque which can hold up to 2,000 worshippers, is a shining legacy of the conquest of Islam in this part of the world more than half a millennium ago. In Malaysia, although Islam is the religion of the country, freedom of religion is enshrined in the Malaysian constitution. Along Jalan Terus in Johor Bahru, the Hindu temple, Christian church, Sikh temple and Chinese temple practice their faiths alongside each other in peace and harmony. The old temple is a Chinese temple which is located in downtown Johor Bahru. Now, although it's flanked by many large modern skyscrapers, it's one of the oldest structures in Johor Bahru. The temple was built during the 19th century by the then head of Nghi Hung Company, led by Tan Hyong Ni and various Chinese community leaders. Although there's no actual records regarding the completion of the temple, the plaque and century-old bronze bell located in the temple show that the place is around 130 years old. Much of its cultural aura has been preserved, and important relics such as the bronze bell, the joss stick pot and wooden tablets still remain. The temple hosts 5 deities, so every year in the first lunar month, it organises its annual Chingay known as the Parade of Deities. The Chingay parade lasts for 4 days, and the climax of the parade is on the night of the 3rd day, when the deities parade around Johor Bahru town centre. It attracts more than 300,000 people to march around the major roads of Johor Bahru, together with the 5 deities being worshipped in the old temple.